In today's episode, 3 tips to make coaching successful with Diane Sweeney. Hello, coaches! Welcome back to another episode of Coach Better Quick Tips. My name is Kim Cafino, and I've worked with hundreds of teachers, coaches, and leaders in schools around the world through my courses, consulting, mentoring, and membership to help them create thriving and sustainable instructional coaching programs. And I'm on a mission to help you coach better. Wherever you are in your coaching journey, we can support you. Are you ready to take your next step? Get a tailored list of resources designed specifically for your experience level to help you coach better today. Take our free quiz at coachbetter.tv/quiz to get started. In today's episode, we're talking about 3 tips to make coaching successful. This is a highlight from one of my favorite episodes from a previous season featuring Diane Sweeney. What I appreciate about this clip is that Diane highlights all 3 elements of the Thrive model with her 3 tips. She touches on clarity, consistency, and community in this short clip. As you're watching or listening, I invite you to identify which of Diane's tips fits in which phase of the Thrive model: clarity, consistency, or community. If you've been a longtime subscriber, you know that all schools and coaches need each of these 3 elements for coaching to be successful, but we're often missing one without even realizing it. Today's episode might help you highlight that one aspect that could further develop your coaching program in your school setting. If you want to learn more about the Thrive model after this episode, head over to our website at edurolearning.com/thrive to get all the details. I will link it in the description for today's episode, along with a previous Quick Tips episode right up here where I share a brief overview of the model. Okay, let's hear from Diane about her 3 tips and see where you think they fit into the 3 phases of clarity, consistency, and community.
I would think it's going to surprise you because I'm going to say a coach being curious is one huge one. And curious in a wholehearted, asset-based way. That's a huge piece of success with coaching. So a coach who says, I wonder about blank instead of I think blank. That kind of dynamic of humble curiosity is the backbone of relationships. And so oftentimes 99% of people would answer this question and say relationship building. And I do see that as huge. It's foundational, but it's built on humble curiosity. So I would say that is one huge one. Another one that's X factor in success is the principal-coach partnership. If you're not collaborating with your principal, you're going to be able to coach in the corners and the crevices of your school. You're going to be able to coach, but you're only going to be able to coach so many people and so far. So that piece is huge. Let's see, you said 3. I guess then just structure, like some steps to follow, which is why we push so hard on our coaching cycle structure, because teachers need to know that there's a predictable structure to this work. It's not totally random. And that if I work with this coach in my school, it's the same kind of structure as if I work with that coach. And it's not all personality driven, or because a lot of international schools have multiple coaches. So if I coach with one person, do I get something totally different than another? That creates a lot of confusion and less buy-in for coaching. So I think structure, principal-coach partnership, and just that affective side of humble curiosity are 3 big ones I would name.
Thanks for watching this quick clip with Diane. I always appreciate it when a guest on the podcast highlights the Thrive model without even realizing it. This really reinforces for me how essential the 3 elements of clarity, consistency, and community are in developing a successful and sustainable coaching program. Often, professional learning focuses specifically on the practice of coaching, which is essential, of course. But coaches, especially those in international schools or in schools where coaching is just starting out, really need to understand the micro view of their coaching practice and the macro view of how to build a coaching program. These are 2 different skill sets. That's why the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program is so special. You'll learn both skill sets, micro and macro. We dive deep into your coaching practice at the micro level to help you upskill from wherever you are today, because the program is so highly differentiated for all levels of coaching experience. We do that in phase 2, implement consistently. And we unpack the development of a coaching program from the macro level so you can see how to make coaching thrive sustainably in your school setting. That's what the whole Thrive model is about: clarity, consistency, and community. The Coach is our academic year-long course and global community designed for instructional coaches or educators who are ready to build a thriving coaching program and deepen their coaching practice. In the Coach, we work through all 3 phases of the Thrive model: clarity, consistency, and community. So you're focused on building a coaching culture within your school while you're developing your coaching practice as an individual coach. This program is truly personalized because we know you're coming to the Coach with your own experience and expertise and your own needs in your unique school setting. So wherever you are in your coaching journey, we can support you in taking the next step forward. Plus, inside our private community, you'll learn with a global cohort of coaches from schools around the world, so you can see how coaching really works in other schools and build your network of coaches. Our global cohorts open only once a year. If you're listening to or watching this episode as it airs, registration has just closed, but we haven't started our cohort yet. Get all the details and join the waitlist or express your interest to jump into this year's cohort at edurolearning.com/coach. If you've made an intention to develop your coaching practice or your coaching program this year, the Coach will support you in taking the next step. Head over to edurolearning.com/coach to get all the details. Wherever you are in your coaching journey, we can support you. If you want to check out all of our resources for instructional coaches, head over to our website at coachbetter.tv to find the show notes for today's episode and everything else we have for instructional coaches. And if you're curious right now or you have questions, please reach out. You can leave a comment down below on the show notes for today's episode. You can join our Coach Better Facebook group, or you can find us on social media at Eduro Learning and send me a DM. I'd love to support you on your coaching journey. See you next time.